Hello folks at YouTube, welcome to the _news hour, a weekly gaming news and trailers broadcast where we bring you the nothing but the freshest in trailers, headlines, takes, and everything in between. Today on the docket we have, of course as always, some trailers first, then some headlines, and then some more trailers. So let's start off with Biomutant, a game that we covered for the first time on the show a couple weeks ago. And we're going to find out, we were talking about it, we're like, hey, this looks cool, but what is it? Hopefully we will find more now about it. There's clearly money being spent on this game. So I'm curious to find out more about it. I do not know what it is. Also, as always, I have not watched these yet. So your guess is as good as mine on these. What's a Banjo-Kazooie game? Is that like a toilet brush? Are there's okay, there's no closed captions. Is this supposed to be a Star Wars reference? Is that what's going on right now? Oh my god, I'm sorry, it's May the 1st trailer. Oh, this is very funny. Is this the Rise of, is this ripping off the Rise of Skywalker trailer? Is that what's going on right now? I was like, it took me a minute, I was like, what's going on? Okay, nice. This is very funny. This is a clever trailer. It does not help me understand the game anymore, unfortunately. Oh, so so this is Breath of the Wild but with tiny animals, right? Is what we decided? Breath of the Wild rather than any other generic open world survival thing because, like, it has a glider. It continues to look like Breath of the Wild but with tiny animals. This is a great trailer. Love this trailer. Just Cause Breath of the Wild. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's something in that zone. Yeah. All right. Available when? It's coming out soon, so there has to be more news about it sooner than later. All right. That's that. Next one. Back 4 Blood. This one may leave us a little bit high and dry, but I'm interested in Back 4 Blood. I want to mention this game because it's the basically spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. This is like the, hey, it's not Left 4 Dead, but, you know. I do not know what the card system is, though, and that leaves me very to start off with. Yep, here we go.
Studios presents an all-new first-person zombie shooter that utilizes a system of advanced AI known as the Game Director. The Game Director works behind the scenes, monitoring players' actions, health, and choices, then responds by choreographing the world around them.
Yep.
Each player gets a roller coaster ride, and no run will ever be the same.
Okay. You mean like a rogue?
Deal.
Immediately shot by a sniper.
Earn and replay. A cornerstone of an unforgettable game is replayability.
Is it?
Back 4 Blood.
I don't think
Takes
I disagree.
that to another level by managing an innovative new card system. It starts with the deal. As you jump into a mission, the Game Director will play a set of corruption cards.
Do we see these?
Corruption cards can modify environmental conditions.
We got them.
Add challenges.
Stick together.
Get to the safe.
Oh wow, this UI is like actually Left 4 Dead.
And send special written mutations your way.
Not finished yet.
After the director plays their cards, you and your team get to play yours. You can jump right into the action by choosing a pre-made deck or dig into Back 4 Blood's vast customization. It's your choice how deep you want to go.
Sign me up.
Each player gets dealt a set of cards from their deck and can strategize with their friends over which to play. These cards offer buffs and bonuses that can amplify any playstyle you choose.
Keep it up, and the written don't stand a chance.
If this is real, this is sick.
It's time to slay. Don't get overrun by a swarm of stingers. With the combat knife, you can thin out the horde with just a few stabs. The armored ridden can take a beating.
Yeah, for sure, Curry.
Because you're gonna need a lot of bullets. The blighted ridden are dangerous even after they're dead. But with the pyro card, you replenish some of your health with every fiery death. As you prove your grit taking down the ridden, there are tons of different cards you can earn. Take on optional challenges and objectives.
I was worried this was going to be like loot boxy.
You can even use your supply points to unlock cosmetic skins to customize your character. Once all the cards are on the table, You're ready to get back out there for even more.
I heard card system and I was like, loot boxes,
The director
no.
will adapt each mission to be dynamic
But-
and intense, always offering new challenges to make sure no playthrough feels the same as the last.
Here they come!
You and your friends will need to think on your feet to overcome anything the game director throws your way.
Hold on, I will have coherent thoughts in a
Find
second.
yourself
This game looks
constantly
cool.
Overrun by Ridden? Try shifting up your style by equipping cards that support your team with a medic build. Or play using your demolition build and fill your deck with explosive modifiers that leave the Ridden in pieces.
Okay.
Of course, you can always get up close and personal with a melee build and focus on hacking and slashing. Play your cards.
Yeah. How do
Slay
we
your
get
Ridden
them
with
is my
your
concern
crew.
right now.
Earn epic rewards.
If they keep saying
Then
earn,
jump back in for a fresh new experience every
I'm
time.
hopeful. I'm hopeful. They've said earn several times. If it's grindy, that's whatever, right? If you're trying to get your... Sure. Here's the thing. The Curry's point that this reminds him a lot of games he's played with his friends. Yes. What this is, to me, what this looks like is that this looks like taking the framework of a card-based board game and applying it to a video game. And that's a really good idea, because card-based board games, like deck builders, there's like a phenomenal Resident Evil deck building game. They're really, really good. I love the Resident Evil deck building game. It is really fun. And a lot of it is played through card modifiers like those that look exactly like the cards in the game. So it's a very easy to get system. It's like, hey, I know what this is like. I understand how this works. You play a card. So I'm very curious to see how this plays out. Back for Blood, as we've said, from Turtle Rock, as the guy said in the trailer, it's the sequel to Left 4 Dead, basically, but not with Valve. So new conditions, new stuff. I am tentatively very excited. Left 4 Dead's a great time. So looking forward. Fingers crossed. That I am feeling much more positive than I thought I was going to. Today, we bring you Mirror Image, a link to the past remixed and OC remixed album from 2017. Today's news includes this. As with a lot of headlines, I want to figure out the format going forward, because a lot of these headlines are more just like me saying, yeah, that happened. So I want to make sure I can give you more in-depth commentary, so I'll have to look at what headlines I pick for the future. But this is the headline. A former 343 employee says Halo Infinite is being made under crunch conditions. That's the news. My take, that's not good. That's a bad thing. Very hot take from me. That's what I got, basically. If that's the case, that's bad. 343 should not be doing that. Easy news. Next headline. This was a big multi-stage piece of news this week. Crunch bad, do not do. Next headline, exactly. So I'm actually fairly unclear as to where we have left at this point. Long story short, a dev from Toys for Bob tweeted out that most of the team was being let go, Toys for Bob being the studio that has developed the Crash remakes and Crash Bandicoot 4. They were let go, and Toys for Bob was being pivoted to become a Call of Duty support team, as is, I believe at this point, that was part of this crazy news flood this week. Not the remakes. Oh, I thought they did remakes as well. So just Crash 4 at least. My apologies. Oh, Spyro and Crash 4. I'm sorry. So Spyro and Crash 4. And the majority of, if not every studio Activision owns is currently working on Call of Duty projects, which is alarming and funny, but also probably makes sense financially for Activision, which is something. The TLDR is that Activision is claiming there are no layoffs, that the thread is now, I believe, deleted, the original thread. And confusion ensues. It does seem that Toys for Bob is being directed to work on Warzone. That is happening. Layoffs, I don't know what the status ended up being. Again, not much of a take here, other than it would be deeply unfortunate if the studio was let go because of underperformances on the part of Crash 4. Crash 4 was released in a very weird time in the world. And if your expectations for a follow-up game to a remaster trilogy that's the same price as the trilogy, or it should sell more than that, you're insane. And Activision probably had those expectations, because we know how Activision operates. So, if this is punishment for Toys for Bob, like, come on, like, really? But according to the spokespeople, they are continuing to work on Crash 4 and potentially other Crash. We don't know. Basically, My take on this is the same as any other EA or Activision burnout situation that happens like this. Don't punish the studio because of performance issues that are not real. Crash 4 got phenomenal critical reception, phenomenal fan reception. If that didn't bear out in sales, that's because your sales expectations were wrong, basically. Like, the game was a success on basically every conceivable metric. It sold very well from what I understand, and was probably not as expensive as the average AAA game to make, because the engine was already done for the remake. So, yeah. Speaking of, okay, where is it? Because I clicked on this from a different link. I haven't looked at this actual page before. Yeah, the game's a little more than the Spout remakes. I don't know, man. The TLDR with this is the headline. Blizzard has lost its active player base. It is retaining its player base, but there's been massive cuts, and man, Blizzard has been in a weird spot the last several years, and I am not the guy who will save Blizzard, right? I'm not here to offer the take that will save Blizzard, the ingenious idea. What I should note, though, is that Blizzard has been digging itself in the past year. I think the thing I want to talk about is that Blizzard has been sort of, at least properties-wise, like really dug in and done basically nothing the past several years. We've had the same games getting barely iterated on. We have doubling down on a WoW with WoW Classic, which probably splintered the player base more than it did add new players back into the ecosystem. Yeah, you have Overwatch with a Overwatch 2 happening who knows when, and the recent Kaplan news, which you covered in the last episode, that indicate Overwatch 2 is in some sort of major struggle internally. There's probably a fairly rocky development cycle if your core lead is leaving very unceremoniously before Overwatch 2 drops. And then we've got this shambling mess that is Hearthstone in the current year, because Hearthstone has been mismanaged for years and has an unfathomable amount of tech debt that they have not resolved. And it's not doing badly by any means. It's Blizzard, right? These games do have a core audience who will remain with them. But there's been so little innovation among Blizzard's games for so long now. And like, what's on the docket? Diablo 2 Resurrected, Diablo 2 but again. Warcraft 3 Remastered didn't do super hot. And like, what do they have coming out? I mean, the thing is, like, what they need is something like, I mean, Overwatch isn't that recent is the thing, right? It feels like, you know, it's newer, right? But I mean, we haven't seen a new IP from Blizzard since Overwatch. We haven't seen something exciting or new from Blizzard since Overwatch. I mean, like, you know, looking for something. Well, you know, just, this is not a death spiral for Blizzard. It's just like, man, stagnation is what this indicates to me. Deep stagnation. Yeah, 2016, and like not just like no big hit, like nothing like really exciting development-wise. So this is again another headline that sort of says it all. We can speculate wildly on this. There's continued to be extra Persona 5 domains registered under Atlas. That's cool. No idea what these things stand for, right? We don't know. This is not major news. It does give me a chance to say that I do hope that if there is a P4, I think there's one of the ones that was maintained was P5U, which P4U was P4 Arena Ultimax. All I am here to say is if Arxis is working on, if Arxis gets the chance to work on a Persona 5 Arena game, yes, I would like that. I would like that. I would enjoy that. So I'm here for more Persona content if you got it, but I don't know what the content's going to be. Next. Back to trailers. Weird week for headlines, because there's a lot of like mess around Activision. But what we do have is trailers and follow-ups. If you have Arena 3D Fighter, that'd be sick. That'd be very sick. There's a follow-up from Necromundo, which we covered, I believe, 2 weeks ago. And I'm excited about because...
Welcome to Necromunda.
Necromunda, excuse me. I said Munda. our big question was, what is this game going to play like? And look, it's a gameplay overview trailer. Exactly what we asked for. Literally precisely what we wanted.
Here on Necromunda, one of the myriad worlds in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, far off into the darkest future imaginable, you make your living as a bounty hunter.
Okay.
Chase targets,
Yep.
collect payment,
Okay.
upgrade your arsenal,
Okay.
and fight to survive.
Yep. Those are all things you can do.
Hired Gun is a fast-paced, action-packed, wall-running, head-popping, throat-cutting, indie single-player first-person shooter.
Single player. Oh.
Created by the small, passionate team of Warhammer enthusiasts at Strumon Studios, it will bring you pure, over-the-top action. Swathes
Okay.
of enemies, a high-powered arsenal, and all the tools you need to combine the two into an entertaining ballet of destruction.
The game does look very fast-paced and
Across the
very
rotting
enjoyable.
farms, industrious chem labs, and ancient strongholds that scatter the underhive.
Ooh.
You will chase your targets
Tentacle.
as part of the larger, ever-evolving conflict on Necromunda. You're a bounty hunter, so pick your contracts and decide what's worth the money.
Okay.
Necromunda is a violent, brutal place.
So they're selling us on
Nobody would go
Edge
more than a
and
few feet from their
Indie,
bunk without an assortment of firearms,
which, like,
blades,
that's fine.
and ideally backup.
You're not selling it well
You'll
to
be
me,
wielding
but that's
anything
fine.
and everything from a signature power knife to grenade launchers and gravity weapons.
This seems like a
With
good,
hordes
a
of
good,
men,
a good
women,
pitch.
gangs, cultists, and much worse besides arrayed against you. You'll need every shot you can get. When all else fails and the enemy is closing in,
Poppy.
you'll find your trusty cyber mastiff equipped with his own set of customizable and upgradable augmetics, ready to tear any would-be attackers limb from limb.
Poppy.
Plus, he's a very good boy.
He is a good boy.
In your pursuit of
That's so
bounty,
true.
you will find plenty of new weapons, items, and armor. Exploration and secret hunting is key to Hired Gun, and will reward you with chests packed with guns, cash, and other oddities.
You should have been selling me on the grappling
All
hook.
loot can be sold for credits after a mission, meaning you keep the best and trade what's left for upgrades to yourself, your dog, and your guns.
Looks like a very modular upgrade system. That's very cool. Okay.
Necromunda Hired Gun is coming to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4,
Cool.
Xbox Series, Xbox
Seems like
One,
a-
and PC, June 1st.
Seems like a quality title. Sick. Up next, Drawful 2 is getting an update. I don't know what this is, but it's Drawful related, and what that means is relevant to people's
From
interests.
Jackbox Games. It's time to play Drawful 2. Drawful 2 gives you a thing to try and draw. But who wants a normal thing like a spaceship or a horse? No, let's make it interesting with things like Cuddle Monster or Lobster Dreaming of Tomorrow.
Oh, I like that
So
one.
Get drawing. The other players didn't see your drawing suggestion. When you're done, they come up with the titles for your masterpiece. Then everyone tries to guess which is right.
Well, no,
When
Hydra.
someone picks your original prompt, you get points. And if someone's fake title sounds real enough to fool people, they get points. But any title has the chance to be most liked. Aw, special. Drawful 2 is for between 3 and 8 players, with up to 10,000 people in the audience. No pressure. So grab your pencil and
Oh, is there no actual update?
'Cause we don't have one. Sorry. Not
Oh, okay. This is just telling you how Drawful works. Oh, closed caption, content moderation, profanity filtering, and localization in several languages. That's awesome. Okay, good for them. I didn't realize that they were not going to tell us about these features in the trailer. But that's an update about Drawful 2. Isn't that great? Love that. Love that for them. Good stuff. Anyway, up next, new Nintendo game. Game Builder Garage. This is, I believe this is in-house, right? Yeah. My understanding of this is that this is an in-house title. Yeah. And this is yet another bit of innovation from Nintendo. And it's like educational initiatives. And this, if this works, I haven't watched this trailer yet. But if the premise is sort of what it sounds like, this is going to be very, very cool. Yeah. This looks like it's extremely cute. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is going to be for, like, advanced users. But what I do think is going to happen is that there's going to be, like, a lot of young kids who are going to play this and learn a lot and have a very good time and then become cool game developers later. And that's, like, really cool. This type of thing, whenever it exists, is great, and the more user-friendly it is, the better. So I think, you know, obviously it's not for, like, an advanced audience. It's not for people who, like, know how to program. But this is a great way. This is just, it's very cool this exists, and it'll be on the Switch. That's, like, the biggest thing, is that it'll be on a platform they'll have access to, right? Like, I don't know the current year how many, like, younger kids are going to even have, like, a laptop, right? Like, versus, like, just, like, having a tablet for the majority of their schoolwork or other usage. So getting access to stuff like this on more platforms is fantastic, even though stuff like Game Maker exists right now, obviously. And it being much more user-friendly is fantastic. So between stuff like this and Dreams, I'm really excited for the future of education and learning through games. So this is really cool. Good stuff. Should do really well, too. This one I'm very excited about. I don't know if we're going to play it, because we played Observer, like, not that. I guess it was for, like, a couple years ago. Observer is a game that rules, and this is a remake of it. Redux? I don't know. Re-release? Upscale? I forget what the exact selling point is. They're releasing it again.
Once in your life, just listen to me. Whatever happens,
3 new story cases. Hold on.
you're not in control.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm into retail. Wait. Oh, I didn't know that. Hold on. This game is fantastic. I don't know what this is. Is it a different game? You know, the game is, like, really good. One of the most Polish games of all time. Absolutely. It's extremely powerful. This game is really good. One of the best, like, sort of atmospheric horror games I've ever played. I guess, like, atmospheric thrillers. I don't know how much, like, horror it was, but it was phenomenal. And now for the last couple, I wanted to highlight a couple of smaller titles that I wasn't sure how they were going to go. There's a couple of smaller titles that I don't know if we're ever going to talk about again, but the trailers looked exciting, and I was like, the thumbnails, I was like, hey, this looks like fun. This one, it looks like Slay the Spire. And I was like, hey, I want to look at that. Slay the Spire is good. The game's called Rise of the Slime. It is a card-based battler with a very cute aesthetic. Love that about it. This does look like Slay the Spire. Pretty directly. It's time to slime. Yep. Called it. Slay the Spire Extensora. True. Very cute. I'm glad to see that there are games. Here's the thing, because, like, obviously, I'm not saying, like, copy every game. I just want to see copies of Slay the Spire. But Slay the Spire, like, broke open the card-based roguelike genre, and that is a genre that should be continuing to develop, because it is a very, very good genre. So more entries in it, I'm always happy to see. Good stuff. And here's an interesting one. This one is called Born. I think I have an article too. Interview with the devs. The headline I saw for this game pitched it as a sort of labor of love from extreme Paper Mario fans. And of course my eyes went like. And this is looking kind of sick. There's a chat? Is that... Oh my god, is that from characters? That's from NPCs? This game looks lovely. Oh, I can play it? I didn't realize the demo was already out. Oh, what? The itch demo was out? Sorry, this is a weird way to end the news show, but oh, we can play it. That's great news. Anyway, this is, you know, much like Bugtail, right? There's a bug-themed Paper Mario inspired game that came out fairly recently. I would love to see more games in this subgenre. Nintendo's not going to make Paper Mario sequels the way people want them to. Other Bug Fables, thank you. Other people should make them. Right, I guess it was probably like 2 years ago. That's like recently, right? It may have been earlier than that. Bug Fables. It did come out in 2019. But that is like recently. You know, the last year or so was fake, so it's like basically last year, which is recent. Anyway, folks, I may go check this out later, but what you should do is consider checking out the channel. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, consider dropping by the Twitch stream. It runs every night, Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/SL_TV, including the new show every Thursday at 8. Otherwise, hopefully I will see you here on the YouTube channel. Consider subscribing below to find more updates, and hopefully I will see you all very soon. Until then, peace.